Welcome to Let's Just Talk, the podcast where we dive into real talk, real lives, and the journeys that make us who we are. I'm your host, Kristin McIntosh, and I'm so excited to share my story with you. So, this podcast is going to be a space for anyone who's balancing the grind of a 9 to 5 while still pursuing their big dreams. Because let's just be honest, that's a story so many of us are currently living right now. And I'm right there with you. Today, I'm kicking off my very first episode by sharing with you a bit of my own story. How I went from working from HR to becoming a recurring character on Tyler Perry's The Oval. The Tyler Perry. Back Hollywood meets corporate Kristen, basically. It's a wild ride, and trust me, it's a story filled with faith, hard work, and simply some divine timing. But this podcast isn't just about me. This podcast is going to be about us. It's about highlighting the everyday people who are juggling careers while chasing their dreams. Maybe you're an aspiring writer, an artist, or like me, an actress stepping into a new world. Whatever your journey looks like, this space is for you. So let's get into it. My creative journey began when I enrolled in an art school. I focused on fashion and management at the time. Stick with me. This path led me to an unexpected internship at Atlanta Models and Talents. And Atlanta Models and Talents is a prestigious talent agency in the Southeast. I do believe that the headquarters is in Southeast, but they're also in New York and LA as well. However, I worked at the Atlanta location in Buckhead. This experience quickly reminded me of an opportunity that I had when I was about 13 years old. My mom had a gift shop and she wanted to tape a Christmas commercial. And the gentleman that worked for the radio station came and basically wanted to get an idea of what my mom wanted for the commercial. And I don't necessarily remember how he introduced the idea of being the voice of the commercial, but I do remember going to the studio, actually reading from a script, and really getting to see what the commercial would be like before it even aired on TV. When it did air, oh man, it did something to me to be able to hear myself on TV. And I didn't know that that was an actual career, honestly. I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed it and I felt alive when I did it. That's the only thing I can remember. After learning the business at AMT, I shortly after decided to seek out and do my own research on how to get started as an actress without any experience. Yes, I had that voiceover gig, but remember, I did not know much about voiceover acting or just on screen acting. And I shortly after concluding my internship ended up just taking like this business of acting course. In that course, I learned so much about acting. I learned so much about the business. I learned so much about how I should be represented, how I should represent myself as an artist. I really learned how to show up on set. I learned so much in that class. And I highly suggest anyone that is interested in pursuing a creative career to study the industry, take courses, take master classes, get a mentor. Just figure out how the business works. Because you don't want to just set out to do something and you don't know how it works. And I've always had this mindset where if I'm interested in something, I want to know the ins and out of it. I want to be so educated on it that by the time I'm done stuffing my mind with all this juicy information that I either love it more or I hate it. After that experience of going through that masterclass and going through the business of acting, it sparked my passion for this industry even more. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is exactly where I need to be. So during my internship, I worked closely with a lot of talented individuals, including founders of AMT. Getting to see such talented people work daily and seeing actors and actresses, walk into the doors of AMT after booking or just after having an audition or just stepping in to say hello. This made me want to be in this industry even more every day. Every day I was excited to be there. Every day I was excited to learn more. And every day I was excited to just be a part of something that was much bigger than. After concluding that business of acting course, I actually decided that I was ready to take acting classes. So I went and I did an intro to acting class and started to surround myself with individuals that were on the same path as I was, trying to further their acting craft. I really enjoyed learning about acting. I enjoyed learning about Stanislavski, Meisner, just the art of stillness, learning how to tune down some of my facial expressions, because you know the art of acting is how well you are able to portray the role without using so much reaction. Because what I've learned is acting is more invoking emotion. Fast forward, I decided to get management representation because I really wanted to have someone that was going to have my best interests where it mattered the most. And of course, getting gigs is what matters because you don't want to just be acting and not booking or acting and not getting auditions. And for that, I'm so thankful for my partners at Align Star Agency, Barbara and Natalie, because they do truly get who I am as an artist. And they present me for opportunities that they see best suited for me. To me, that is the perfect partnership. So the only thing that was missing from that partnership, in my opinion, was management representation. And honestly, I completely lucked out when I came across Latasha from Fresh Entertainment. She took a chance on me. I've never been in an opportunity where someone said to me that I see potential and it may not be there on the resume just yet, but I do see potential. I think shortly after I was able to audition for the Oval as a co star role, I went ahead, we shot that, and then briefly after, found out that I was bumped to guest star recurring. Oh my goodness. I still don't understand how this opportunity landed. Well, actually I do understand. I had faith. I had a plan, and I trusted that God would put me in the right opportunity at the right time. In this season, that opportunity just happened to be Tyler Perry's The Oval. I'm just still thinking about how crazy this sounds, but it's real, and I gotta stop calling it crazy. It's what I prayed for, it's what I worked hard for, and I I'm just really still blown away. The crazy part is I'm still working in HR. That's right. While I'm on set making my Hollywood dreams come true, I'm still showing up to my desk job because I also enjoy what I do at my desk job. That's the key. I believe that's what made this experience so interesting but fun for me is that I chose a career that I enjoy doing in the meantime between time. And I chose another career that makes me feel alive. Who's to say that you have to have one career? We live in a time where there are people that are doing so many things. So many things that honestly I believe some people can't even keep up with some of the ideas that they're coming up with. But what's most important is seeing it through. As long as you see it through, that's all that matters. Give it your all, give it your best, because you do not want to be in a place when you're in your old age and you see someone else go after that dream and you think back about all the opportunities you had to go after yours and you regret it because you didn't. This is real life. People have big dreams and people work 9 to 5s. And some people do them both. And that's what this podcast is about. Being in the in between, which is what I describe as my experience right now. And I know that there's so many others out there that is currently in the in between. There's so many of us out here grinding, trying to balance stability and the pursuit of our passions. That's what this podcast is about. We're going to dive into the lives and stories of people like you and me. We'll talk about the hustle, the sacrifices, the wins, and even the moments when you feel like giving up. But before I wrap up, I want to leave you with this little piece of encouragement. If you've been holding back on your dreams because you think it's too late or it's too hard, I want you to know it's never too late. Take the first step, even if it's small. Sometimes all it takes is showing up for yourself, doing the research, and trusting that God will handle the rest. Thank you so much for joining me on this first episode of Let's Just Talk. I hope my story inspires you to keep going after what you want, no matter how impossible it might seem. In our next episode, I'll be talking with someone who's balancing their full-time job while building their dream business. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, share, and leave a review. You can also follow me on social media if you want to. But seriously, follow me on social media. That'll be helpful. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories about your own dreams. Remember, this is not just about me. This is about those who are out in this world pursuing their great big dreams while still on a 9 to 5. Until next time, remember, you've got this. Keep dreaming big and showing up, and I'll see you soon.